Hi, I'm Lydia Long and I'm here with Brenda. Welcome. What has working with Invisible Children been like for you?
It's such a great experience. It's really cool just to see how many different people care about this issue. It's such a diverse population, in ages and, interest levels, but, everyone still can unite around this cause, and it's cool to see that common humanity across the United States.
Can you tell us the greatest impact Invisible Children has had, especially for families in Uganda?
Yeah. Invisible Children has a ton of different programs. So in northern Uganda, where the conflict was for 20 years, we have a lot of water sanitation programs and then a lot of education programs too. So like my teammate Mary was actually able to go to university on an Invisible Children scholarship. And then also in the currently affected area in Central Africa, we have radio towers where villages can send messages to each other to warn them where this rebel group is. And then also they can send messages out to the rebel group and the child soldiers, letting them know that it's safe to come home. Because a lot of times, people who have been abducted think they can't come home anymore. And so we're able to send messages out from their family and from their community members, letting them know they can come home. And so actually an independent group did a study on, talking to people who have been able to defect from the rebel group, and 89% said it was because of Invisible Children's come home messaging. So that's incredible to see the effect that's having.
Yeah. What do you think is the motivation for Kony to do the things that he does?
We really see it as just personal gain. There have been so many attempts at peace, and so many people have reached out to him and tried to, bring this conflict to an end. And in 2008, we even were so close. All that was needed was Joseph Kony's signature to come out, and he didn't do it. And even at the time he said he was, agreed to this peacetime, his other commanders were having attacks in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Central African Republic, when he said he was going to be, for peace. And even for when he first started out 26 years ago, he said he was fighting for the Acholi people and for their rights. But when they didn't support him, he ended up abducting those children and, attacking Acholi villages.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pure personal gain on his part.
Yeah. How does Kony convince the children to do the things they do?
Yeah, there's just so many fear tactics and a lot of just brainwashing, because so often the children are so young when they're abducted, even as young as 6 and 8. And a lot of times, honestly, they're forced to kill their own family members or kill each other. And so there's just a huge fear factor in that.
In regards to sex trafficking, how does Kony send the girls out, or how does he transport them?
Right. So a lot of times, for many years, the LRA was very localized in northern Uganda, but now he has 2 or 3 top commanders, and they're roaming the area in between South Sudan, Central African Republic, and Democratic Republic of Congo. And so there are several commander groups that are roaming the areas.
Okay. And how has the U.S. helped with this issue, and what more can you do?
Yeah, so President Obama has actually had 100 non-combatant military advisors on the ground. And so those troops are able to do a lot with just intelligence and training of the regional forces that are directly interacting with the LRA forces. And then those troops can also help with communication between the countries, since, this rebel group is, going between different countries, and sometimes just because of border, disputes or whatever, that it can be hard for them to interact. So it's good for the U.S. to be a mediator between those 2 groups and help collaboration.
Okay. Do you ever see an end to Kony?
Yes, we really think it could even end this year, but we know that Joseph Kony is in Sudan right now, and that the Sudanese government isn't willing for, his capture at this point, and they won't let outside forces come in. And so we sincerely believe if there was the political will and the time and resources put behind this effort, that he could be caught this year.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
He was running for his life.
You go to school here?
Yes,
Yes, that's how you know English so well.
I know.
Yeah. How many nights have you stayed here?
You are making our work very, very difficult. You stop that now.
The night I first met Jacob, he told me what he and other children in northern Uganda were living through.
Rewarded. the rebel. When they raise us again, then they will kill us. My brother tried to escape. Then they kill using panga. They cut his neck.
Did you see it?
I saw.
We fear that if we sleep at our home, we can be abducted by the rebels. Because our home is far away from town.
They will catch us, then they will take us there in the bush. So come here to save our life.
In Uganda, tens of thousands of children have been abducted. Over 20,000 children have to sleep in highway shacks every night. These children live in fear because of Joseph Kony and the LRA. They are captured in the night, taken away, and brainwashed into killing. The children look up to the adult soldiers of the LRA because they think it's the right thing to do. Most of them are even forced into killing their own parents. Their mental state of mind is under complete control of Kony. These are boys ages 7 to 14 who are forced into the army. While the girls are forced into sex trafficking.